Good afternoon, my dear students. Today, I'm going to explain the poem Childhood by Max Nathan. I just keep on telling you that there are 4 and 5 aspects of reading a poem. The first one is summary of the poem. The second one is the meaning of the words and phrases that have been used in the poem. Third, the theme and value of this poem. And the fourth one, what is the objective? Okay, objective of this poem in this world, okay, in this modern time. And the last one of obviously the language enhancement, okay, critical thinking. So first I am telling you the summary of this poem, that in this poem there are altogether 4 stanzas. The poem paragraphs are known as stanzas. So in the 4 stanzas, the in first stanza you will see the poet is very much rational. Rational means he is just giving aesthetics, okay, and just trying to find out his childhood. He is trying to locate the place. He is trying to find out the place where at and when he has lost his childhood. He is asking this question and trying to find out the answer of it, okay, with references, and finally get no answer exactly. In second stanza we'll come to know that the narrator is very much criticizing, okay, the adults. He is criticizing, and in this stanza he has shown the sense of hypocrisy, okay, hypocrites people. A hypocrite is one who does not do what he say, means his action is opposite to his words, that is hypocrites. So second stanza is hypocrisy, and the third stanza is about his individuality. What do you mean by the word individual? Individual is one who decides, who concludes what is right and what is wrong for him. That is individual, or this process is known as individuality. So in second stanza he is talking about the adults. He is telling that they talk of love, they preach of love, and they do not act lovingly. This is the backbone of this poem, that the narrator is criticizing the hypocrites nature of the adults, okay, and the people as a whole, that these adults generally are very much hypocrites, okay. They preach of love, means they discuss, okay, about the love matter, okay, about the affection, about the being a nice human being, okay, but they do not act, they do not behave as a loving one, okay, towards anyone. So this is the hypocrite's nature of the adults. He criticizes, and while criticizing, while giving reference, okay, he's trying to find out his childhood, where what at what time, okay, and when he lost his childhood. in the in the third stanza he becomes very individual, and he thoughts that when I decided my own goal, when I decided everything's of my own without consulting anyone, that what is right and what is wrong for me, was was it the time I lost my childhood. And finally, in the last stanza, he is trying to give us answer, okay, that I think, according to the narrator, that I lost my childhood in an infant phase, and this that he knows. And in this way the explanation, okay, and the story ends with this note. This shows that childhood was a very precious time for the narrator, and obviously for all of us, because it is carefree, okay, having no work at all, complete enjoyment, complete peace, complete pleasure, no bound of time, target, anything. So that's why the narrator was in search of his diamond period of life, and that is childhood. Okay, he was trying to find out, okay, and wanted to have that period, okay, of time, that diamond period of time in his life, but he was unable to find it out, okay, completely. So I am reading. So the second, after summary, I told you the word meanings, okay, and the third one was the literary devices. What are the literary devices used in the poem? So you will see I had given you in the last class, okay, at the end of the class, some list of literary devices. You will learn that, okay, simile, metaphor, personification, refrain, alliteration, antithesis, personification, okay, synecdoche, pun. So many are there, but generally 10 to 12 are used, okay, from 9 to 12 in CBSE. There are hundreds of literary devices, but only 10 to 12 are major one that are used in CBSE board in the poem. The second one is rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme, you are familiar with the sound shifting, okay, that how the lines last word is sound is matching with the another lines word sounds. So that is the rhyming scheme I have given you, okay. I will give you one in message. I will message you this. So now I am reading the poem, okay, lines of the poems, and you please see. When did my childhood go? When is indicating the time. At what time? When did my childhood go? And it refers to past. Means he was thinking about his past, that what was the time when I lost my childhood. He's trying to find out. And see the reference, see the example, see the thoughts. He was asking the question, at the same time he's trying to just find out the answer of his own question, okay, with references. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Means was it the day when I crossed the age of 11? When I became at the age of 12? When I became at the age of 13? Was at that time? Generally the age of childhood is 3 to 12. Somewhere 1 to 12, somewhere 5 to 12. So we can say below 12 years of age, or after the crawling stage of a baby, the whole period is known as childhood period, okay, the diamond period of human life. So he is telling that was it the day I ceased to be 11, means when I crossed my 11 years of age. Was it the time I realized that? The first one reference is that. The second reference is telling, second example is telling, was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? He's telling that hell and heaven are fictional places. They cannot be, see the rational approach. This is a very much rational approach, okay. And this is a rational approach he is giving with a statistics. He's giving a catalog of some statics, and then he's telling that was it the time, was it the moment, was it the realization, was it the development of my intellect level, was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography. Means he cannot find out the maps, okay, in the maps of these all places. These are all fictional. Means when he become rational, when he started thinking, okay, realizing and accepting the things that are available in geography and science. So this is the rational approach. Could not be found in geography and therefore could not be. Was that day? And therefore could not be. And that's why hell and heaven is only fiction. If it is there, where is it? It is where is it? Okay. And where can we find out? Okay. And what is the location? So that is the rational approach. So he's telling that when I became rational, was it that time I lost my childhood? Was that the day? Surprise is there. See the sign of exclamation. It shows that was that the day when I started questioning, when I started thinking about everything in a rational way? Was that the day? Okay, I lost my childhood. Sign of exclamation. This shows that he was shocked, surprised, and getting no answer. Second stanza. When did my childhood go? See, once again, the sentence has been repeated. After an interval, when a sentence is repeated, when a line is repeated, this is the case of refrain. There are three types of repetition. One is repetition of sound, that is known as alliteration. The second one is repetition of words, that is known as repetition only. And the third one is repetition of line, that is refrain. Okay, so same sound is repeated, word sound is repeated, that is the case of alliteration. So alliterations is used by the poet in order to create musical effect in the poem. Refrain is also create a musical effect. Repetition of the word is also creating a musical effect. Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? Now he is once again thinking about the people. Now he has grown up, and now he is trying to find out the people and about their nature and about their thoughts, about their likes, about their dislikes. He's telling that, was it the time I realized that when I came to know that adults, adults means after the age of 18, adults were not all they seem to be, means they are not actually what they appears to be. They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? Sign of exclamation. He's telling, was that the day when I realized, when I came to know, when I understood that adults are not exactly what they look like. Means they are hypocrites. They behave in different way, talk in different way, preach in different way, okay, dress in different way. So they are deceivers actually. Okay. Preaching means actually a kind of sermon, a kind of value education, a kind of moral education. When value education, moral education is imparted, that is preaching. But it is also used in a negative way. When you are irritated, then you say, don't try to teach me. Okay, don't teach me, don't preach me. So this is shows irritation. Okay, but here preaching is refers to explanation, detailed discussion. Okay, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? Means he was surprised, shocked. Was that the day when I just come to know about the human qualities, about the adults? This is the hypocrisy. The third one is there. When did my childhood go? This is the individuality. The third stanza is discussing about the individuality of a human being. When you start thinking what is right and what is wrong for a human being, okay, for himself. When did my childhood go? Once again, repeating the sentence. So this is the case of refrain. Was it when I found my mind was really mine? Means he was not going to carried away by the suggestion, by the advice, by the, he's not going to imitate the footprints of anyone. He's not going to follow his role models. He is going to be model of his own. Means he's going to assess his own energy, stamina, strength, weaknesses, okay, and accordingly he's deciding what is right and what is wrong for him. So was it the day? What was it the time? He's trying to find out. To use whichever way I choose, means he was now the king of himself. Now he was deciding what is right and what is wrong for him. Whichever means whatever I will like. Okay, I will decide my uh, dressing sense. I will decide my the color of shirt and suit. Everything. I will decide my food. I will decide my lunch. I will decide my breakfast. I will decide my career. Means I will decide everything my own based on my likes, based on my dislikes. So whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, means he is not going to carried away by the thoughts of other, means he was not guided and he was not ready to be guided by any other people, okay, in his own life, life, my rule. When he realized all these things, so was it the day he's trying to find, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone, means I am not going to mix up anyone's thought in my own ideology, in my own thoughts, in my own principle of life. Was that the day? Surprised, he was surprised, but he was unable to get any answer. He was not able to get any answer of this. With a shock and surprise, he was left suspicious. Last stanza is the conclusion of this poem. He concludes this poem and see, initially he was asking question when is indicating time, and now he's asking where is indicating place, where indicate place. Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place. He's telling that I don't know where it is. Okay, it might have lost, it might have gone to some forgotten place that can't be traced back, that can't be find out. Okay, that's hidden in an infant face. Infant means the crawling stage of a baby. Okay, he's telling that I think, I realize, I conclude that my childhood has lost in the face of an infant. And that's why an infant is, sometimes cry, sometimes smile, okay, as if he's directly talking with someone on a, supernatural one, like God, okay, angel, and like that. So he's telling that I think that I have lost my childhood where? In an infant face. Okay, infant face. That's all I know. And this I know only, okay, and I don't know anything else. With this line, he concludes that he does not know anything, but he knows one thing, that he has lost his childhood in an infant phase, and rest he does not know anything about anything else. So you will do all the NCERT questions of this poem. With this, I am sending you a small, list of literary devices, okay, in the message form, not in a PDF and Word file. So you please see, okay, and do the needful, do the NCERT questions. At the same time, you must explain this poem in your own words. The first homework assignment is write the poem, okay, means explain the poem in your own words. In your own words refers to what? Means what did you get? How did you find this poem? What is the approach of this poem? What is the direction of the poem? Okay, what the narrator trying to say? What did you just understand about this poem? Everything just of your own point of view. You just give explanation of this. The second things you will do NCERT question, obviously. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.